I'm Dr. Toby, physical therapist and health coach. Thank you so much for coming to check out our channel. In this video, I want to help you if you've been having shoulder tendinitis, you want to get rid of it. I'm going to show you some things that are going to be very beneficial. This happens to several people, especially people who are active or people who just have jobs that require them to do repetitive activities, maybe like an electrician who has to put their hands over their head for long periods of time and do repeated motions, or construction worker, or maybe just an average gym goer. This is going to be very helpful for you, so stay tuned. By the way, if you are new to our channel, we make videos on how you can stay healthy, pain-free, fit, and mobile, no matter what age you are. And we're going to show you some helpful videos that are going to be beneficial for you. So please subscribe to our channel because you are not going to regret it. All right, let's get right into today's topic, because I'm going to show you exactly what you need to start doing, the type of exercise that's the most effective for getting rid of a tendinitis. Let's go. All right, so what I want to show you is what is considered the single most effective type of exercises for tendinitis. And this is going to be very beneficial because research has shown that when you have a tendinitis issue, that rest itself is not the best thing to do. Now, obviously, there's a fine line between the amount of activity that you're doing, which can stress the tendon even more, and there's a fine line between resting too much that causes the health of the tendon to continue to deteriorate. So there is a balance. You need really a rehab program that's very specific to what you have going on, that's going to cause you to not be underactive and not be overactive. And so there's a fine line, and that's why as doctors of physical therapy, we train and especially study these kind of things so we can give you the best resources possible. So I'm going to show you what's called the eccentric exercise. Most of us are familiar with what is called concentric exercises, where the muscle is shortening or we are moving a load. So right now my bicep is concentrically contracting, it's shortening, it's moving a load, right? But eccentric is the exact opposite. It's where the muscle is lengthening, it's lowering slowly and controlled. So right now what's happening is my bicep is actually doing work to slowly lower this weight. And why this is really helpful and important to know is because eccentric exercises are going to put a load and a force through the tendon that actually provides increased durability and improve tendon health. So let's assume I have a tendinitis in my shoulder, really bad pinching pain or aching pain. And a lot of times people who've had that pinching when they're doing bench presses or overhead press exercises, they start to develop some pinching, and they eventually start to have tendinitis because those tendons are being pinched, they become inflamed, and then it becomes this vicious cycle of exercising causing inflammation and pain and tenderness and soreness and things that you shouldn't normally be feeling. And so one of the best things that you can do is eccentric exercise. So let's show you the first one. So eccentric shoulder flexion. All right. So typically what would happen is, depending on where a patient is starting off, what we're going to have them do is I'll have them start with a light weight, and they're going to bring it up with both hands. Let's say we just bring it up to 90 degrees. Then I'll have them let go with one hand and slowly lower. Okay. Bring it up with both hands, slowly lower. Again, bring it up with both hands, hold with one, slowly lower. Right? And eccentric actually causes or results or requires more strength or more force. And so I'm only going to have patients really do this a couple of times, depending especially on how severe their tendinitis is or how they're presenting that day. So there's a combination of ways to progress this, make it more difficult if it's too easy, or make it even easier if it's too difficult and causing pain. So this should feel like a challenge but not painful. And if it is, you should start off with without any weight, or maybe the weight you're doing is too heavy. You can start off raising both arms up, slowly lowering. Most patients are so focused on the activity of raising that they just want to raise it up quick and bring it back down. But this completely defeats the purpose of the type of exercise we're trying to facilitate here. Because what we're doing is here, we're not just building raw strength, we're improving durability of your tendon. We're also facilitating healing. And so just doing exercises with the mindset that what you normally do, like when you're at the gym, is not going to cut it. It's not going to help you. It's only going to make things worse. And you can miss out the whole entire point of this exercise if you do it the wrong way. So don't just go up and down and just up and down and just up and then down, you're completely missing it. Come up slowly, very, very slowly, okay? Second way that you want to do this exercise is come up here at an angle and slowly lower. This is called the scaption plane. So move it up, kind of at an angle. It's not in front and it's not on the side. It's kind of in the middle. Slowly lower, okay? Again, raise it up with both hands. Slowly lower. And you can do the same exact thing on this side, on the left, toward your actually in the sagittal or frontal plane. What you're going to do is raise it up, slowly lower, come back up, slowly lower. So this is going to be very beneficial for you. You can do it with weight. Really depends. If I was doing it with weight and I really wanted to be cautious so as to not aggravate it, I wouldn't go directly from up and lower this way. I would actually have myself assist into the starting position and then lower, because you don't want to stress the tendon both ways. Number one, concentrically and also eccentrically. So you don't want to cause it to shorten and then have to slowly lower. This is more of an intermediate to advanced way to do it. So for a beginner, I would start off putting myself in the position, lowering, just like that. Get myself in the position, lower. So one of the effective ways to do that. The other exercise that's going to be beneficial for you in this scenario and in this case is doing an eccentric lowering into a push-up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into this push-up position. And for a beginner, I might start off with a kneeling push-up, and I'm going to slowly lower myself there and come down. Okay, I'm going to slowly lower myself and come down. All right. So that's a great way to do it. You can also do the very same thing in a typical push-up position, but again, this is moving toward more moderate or intermediate kind of difficulty. So slowly lower and down. Come back up. And show you one last time. You're in that push-up position. Slowly lower and down. Come back up, right? So again, the goal is we don't just want to slowly lower and then push back up. That would be moving to a more advanced kind of progression. It's going to be more difficult, especially if you are new to doing eccentric exercises. You want to do the eccentric exercise, focus on the lowering portion, let yourself rest as you come back to the starting position versus pushing yourself back into the starting position with actual weight or with a weighted resistance. So one last exercise I'm going to show, it's going to be very beneficial, is the eccentric no monies. It's a really good exercise. Let's use this band. So no monies is a great exercise. And what you're going to do, hands here, boom. What you're going to do is you are going to keep your elbows tucked in, and you're going to move that band apart. As you move that band apart, you're also going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and focus here is slowly releasing that position. Okay, I'll show you from the front. Pull those shoulder blades together simultaneously. As you see, my elbows are here, still tucked in. Slowly bring it back. Okay, again, eccentric exercises are way more difficult than they may look, and so I would probably start off with just doing 10 reps of each of this and seeing how I feel afterwards. Again, the goal here is not just raw strengthening, we're actually improving durability, which is a little bit more of a softer or internal type of characteristic or feature of our body. It's not something that is easily measurable, like you just measure how much strength you have by lifting how much I can lift. I can lift 100 pounds versus I can lift 80 pounds. Durability is extremely, extremely important, and eccentric exercises is going to help to load that tendon and allow it to be able to endure more. And therefore, after you've done extensive workouts, you'll find that you won't have as much soreness, tenderness, pain, or discomfort. So if you found this video helpful, like it and leave a comment. Let us know exactly, what was most helpful for you about this video. And you can also share with somebody else who would benefit from it. And thank you for subscribing. If you are somebody who's like, well, I've tried different things, I've done dry needling, I've done a lot of different things for my tendonitis and it hasn't got better, I want you to know that there are still some things out there that can help you. Not all rehab or not all physical therapy is made equal. And what we do, we're doing a healthy shoulder assessment. This assessment is an assessment that's going to help you not only get a diagnosis of what's going on. Most people know that they have tendinitis, they got an MRI or they got some type of imaging that told them that they have a tendinitis, but they never got an understanding of why that developed and what they may be doing that's contributing to it and making it worse or prolonging it. And so we don't only give you a diagnosis, we tell you exactly why it's going on and what you need to do to avoid it continuing. During that healthy shoulder assessment, we'll give you some treatment as well, and we'll also do a full rehab plan that's going to help you to get back to 100% without pain medications, injections, or surgery. So if you think that would be beneficial for you, hit the link in our description to talk to a PT first. This conversation is 100% free, and you can see if it's right for you to do this healthy shoulder assessment. And I thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.